the long-awaited Prelude update. Whew. Where to begin? All started like 4 years ago. Actually, it started out like 7 years ago when I relocated my alternator down here. So doing so, I run the harness along the bottom of the block. The bolts I had keeping it in place got loose. Probably one of the last times I was driving it, or got loose long before then. Finally hit the axle. So I shredded the harness, shredded the axle, and then I bought a house. We're here now. This is how long ago we're talking. I'll deal with this once we get to the new garage. I didn't want to like start a big project, then like be in the middle of moving. It just didn't make any sense to me. So it sat here. I got busy. I got distracted. And literally took like 3 hours to fix everything. Fixed the harness, fixed the axle, new axle. Ended up taking all the old wires I didn't need, sending them through the firewall. I think I filmed bits of this, but if I didn't, I'll just kind of show you now. I literally undid this whole loom, tucked everything a little better. Just was not the way I wanted it to be. And de-pinned them at the ECU harness. I ran all the useless plugs I had through the firewall. I put in, since the last time I driven it, put in a traction bar. Did the rear lower tie bar. That was a nightmare. I had to put a whole new subframe in. And then this happened. I was like, you know what? Since the car's been sitting, let me change the fuel filter. So I got an OEM replacement fuel filter. Actually, I like K&N fuel filter. Put that on. But that triggered me to say, you know what? Maybe you should take the proportioning valve that you did, because I deleted ABS a while ago, rushed through the job, and the proportioning valve was like right here. Never liked the way it looked. It was just didn't look tidy. It was like literally sitting here. The wires were, it was just not good, not good. I kind of like just had it just sitting right there. So figured I gotta get to that. I had to remove all this just to get to the fuel filter, just to make my life easier. I'm gonna change the fuel filter and then put the brake booster and the master back in and tuck the proportioning valve over here under the clutch reservoir. But now I'm gonna be running, this is an Integra Type R 1-inch diameter master. I'm going to be running, as you can see here the difference. This EM1, I think it's like a 2000 Civic. It's a 9-inch single diaphragm brake booster. See, it's OEM Prelude one, way different. I'm waiting on the yoke and clevis pin for a Civic one because I thought the Prelude one would fit it. It didn't. Had another issue when I test fitted that this was hitting my pedal assembly. So I twisted it in to make it lower, and gotta get that locked up. Put one of these like little clip pins in there. Do that because it's pretty much maxed out. Then we should clear. Be able to run the ITR master. Button everything up. Do the most expensive brake bleeding job because we like to run the goods in this vehicle.
We'll say we because I don't use that.
Well, when your Prelude gets back, you'll be running that as well.
No,
because I make the decision for the Preludes around
brake
here.
fluid.
I got the rear seats out, took off, there's like a bracing, it's just a couple of 10 mils, and took out, I accessed my fuel tank because this car has sat for way too long, and honestly, just for safe measure, I'm going to drain the fuel and put new fuel in it. Siphon it. There is a drain bolt. Johnny actually has, you've done yours, right?
It's a 17 millimeter.
Yeah, he's done, but honestly, I don't think that would be controlled enough. So we're just gonna use this, where do we get it? The siphon pump from Harbor Freight. We tried just going through here. No, not working. Even with a longer one. But yeah.
All right, so I need to go through, I
gotta get there. I think they're, yeah. So you'll vac that out. I got the shop vac out. We're gonna fill up this tank, all these cans with gas. You might want to use just all, because you're not going to be able to get much movement with because unfortunately I have a harness bar in here and I really don't want to take that out.
I'm gonna MacGyver something that's gonna blow your socks off.
Ooh, oh goodness, I should move this. So have no seat in here currently because I need to like lay down here so I could access that. I have some footage. I did film, but I get really frustrated and I don't film in this car. I just film the wagon stuff I do to the wagon, but all years of grass and stuff. Definitely clean this off before you do any of this. Apparently these just slip off. You like pinch these, they come right off. I've never done this before, but I watched a YouTube video. Here we go. Another thing I just did is I ordered a whole bunch of these firewall plugs from Amazon, multi-assortment. Put that hole patched that one, and I'm gonna kind of have to get some, like an oval shaped one for where my air conditioning used to go into. No company makes one for the Prelude. They make them for the Civics, the Integras, but no love for us. Everything's nice and clean. So we got to remove these 2 lines and then all these bolts, which are 10 mils, and we should have access to the fuel tank. And we got that super clean floor absorbent just in case we do have any de minimis spills. I am absolutely staggered on how easily all these rusty bolts came out. Staggered. Update. Change the pump to a manual pump.
Let the record show that I couldn't get this one first.
I didn't know what one to get, so that's my record. That's how we're draining the gas, and then we're gonna get the last little bit. Actually, I don't even think it matters. This gas doesn't look like that bad condition. All the gas is out. What I'm gonna do is pretty much put everything back together. There's only like one correct way for this to go in because the fuel pump and the fuel filter need to like sit in that like baffle. So just gonna put all these bolts back in and tighten everything up. That's it. Everything is back where it belongs. Let me go get my seats. Or should I let this air out before I put those seats back in? Yeah, I'm gonna put this back in. It's like it never happened. This little fan did good today. I still feel like not okay from these fumes. Is she taking it?
Want to be sick.
I'm sick anytime I'm dealing with this car. This is why I should drive it anymore.
Yeah, but Ray Pad's right. Why?
Whoa!
Why struggle?
Don't give him any credibility to his heavy claims on the internet.
He's a smart man. He knows what he's talking about.
Nah, he just says those things so he motivates me, I think. I think this is it for the vlog, though. But more updates coming. I want to talk more about my brakes. We should be back on the road by May 15th. That's my goal, to take this to my brother-in-law's wedding.
I hate this car.
It's a good car. This is a good car.
I think I hate every car you own, except for the Accord.
The Accords, you struggled way more in the Accord than of any of these vehicles. Oh yeah, put in the comments what tires I should run. I already know what I'm deciding, but if you've listened this far, you will answer. And that's rust. I got rust on my Prelude. Everyone judge me. But I'm going to run a 16x8 plus 22. And I'm going to claim I'm going to run a 225/50 16. These are 215 45 17s, the waffles. But I think I'm going to run a meaty tire. I was going to run a 215 45, but I don't know if this is enough. It's not enough meat for me. I like them thick boys.
And you had stretch on your last tire.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was in style. And now I'm like a smart adult and I don't want to do dumb stuff like that.
I don't know. Stretch seems pretty cool.
I don't know about that. These tires are stretched and they're
not stretched.
Those are stretched, Johnny.
No, they're not. The waffle tires, they are not stretched at all.
Yeah. I would claim that's stretched. That's a stretch, babe.
That's not stretch. Facebook.
But I got work early tomorrow.
I find fake news on you.
Going to sleep. I'm gonna take a shower and go to sleep.
Bad things happen in Preludes.
Bad things happen in my garage. Bad things happen. I literally, we'll just Prelude curse forever.